Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Mariana and you're watching Lucifer's Library. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my 2022 reading journal. Now, the reading journal is very special to me. I've used it all the time and it has gotten very thick. I'm so proud of it. It's also a little bit ugly, don't judge me. It was very pretty at the beginning, but then it got a little bit uglier. But I've gotten so much use out of it. I'm so proud of it and I want to share it with you and I hope you enjoy this video. Now let's get started. At first we have my front page, read bitch, and I don't know, I was just trying to experiment with the colors and I bought new paint which sparkled and I accidentally dropped it on the page and then I had to do something with it. I don't know, it's a mess, but it's fine. Here we have my bookshelf. There are 8 books that are not filled out. I read 92 books and I don't think I will be reading anything anymore. I'm really happy with it. My original goal was 80 books. Then we have calendar and events. I mark whenever I finish a day or whenever the day is over. And then we have my reading tracker based by books read and pages read. This is just a quick overview. In March and in September I read the same amount of books, but in September I read 5,333 pages, whereas in March I read 4,870 pages. Then we have 100 books to read challenge. Like I said, I read 92 books and I will not be finishing this A to Z challenge because I just cannot find books. Now this is my summer reading challenge. I was supposed to film a separate video on it and I did quite good, but not too good. I didn't finish Came Out the Year You Were Born and a book that takes place on an island. Now, the book that takes place on an island should have been very easy, but Came Out the Year You Were Born was a very hard prompt. This one was optional Wattpad book, so I didn't finish it, but yeah, I did quite well. My book series to complete. Now, all of the ones that are in blue and that have crosses means that I have decided against reading them. I have DNF'd and threw away a lot of books because my reading taste changed so much and I don't know what to read anymore, but I just know that all the old books that I had on my TBR, so I decided to start over and start fresh in the beginning of 2023. Now, here we have rereads. Again, I was supposed to reread Throne of Glass. I don't really like it anymore, or I wasn't in the mood for it. Ruby Red, I didn't finish the last book. TMI, The Mortal Instruments, I didn't finish. The Infernal Devices, I started these 2 books last year and finished them last year, and I was supposed to continue, but I didn't. The only series I finished was The Reign of my rereads and Percy Jackson. My standalones, mainly all of them are DNFs. They're not DNFs. A lot of them I just decided to give to my sister and start fresh because I am not interested in the same things anymore. Books are forever. This is my spread that I didn't know what to do with it. We have my Kindle collection. I only read 8 books, I think, from my Kindle this year rather than 20. And all of the ones that are in green are DNFs. Actually, they're not DNFs. I didn't even start. Many of them I didn't even start. But I just went through them and I deleted them from my Kindle library. So I have a lot less books. And I only hauled 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think I also hauled 2 more books that I haven't written down. Alright, then we have my Kindle priority again. Most of the ones that were on my priority list, which basically consists of only the shortest books on my Kindle, I have decided to unhaul. End of the year reading stats. Like I said, March and September were the best reading months for me. I read a lot of audiobooks, a lot of physical books as well. Ebooks, these are basically ARCs, and Kindle. And then we have pages read. My DNFs page. I stopped tracking DNFs. None of these are accurate, just because sometimes I track them, sometimes I don't. Even for these. Like in August I unhauled 38 books, in July I unhauled 9 books, in April I unhauled 16, and February 10, January 9. These are all physical books. I've unhauled a lot of books. I just don't think the numbers are correct, because I get things mixed up a lot, and then sometimes I forget to track a book or two. Then we have books by rating. I changed this a little bit. 5 stars to 4.75 is in this little page corner. Then 4.5 to 4 stars is here. 3.75 to 3 stars is here. 2.75 to 2 stars is here. And yeah, it's not ideal. And the biggest average rating I had was in November when I had a 5-star read. It was just one book, and it was a reread. It was the Anthropocene Reviewed. So yeah, but if we're not counting that, I guess it would be 4.38, which is August. And then my most read genres. Then we have my TBR countdown. It looks very different. If you go to my other video at the beginning of this year when I posted this journal when it was very freshly made, it looks very different. I just completely redid it, and yeah, so far I've read 20 books from my physical TBR that belong to me, not to my sister. And there are only a few books left that I am supposed to be finished with, but yeah. Winter TBR, this was for last year's winter, not this year's. But yeah, I skipped or DNF'd or later read a lot of these books. Then we have Masha's library, and her reading year hasn't been going that well either. She has yet to return to me a few books. And yeah, 2022 favorites. Only one book in November that is already here, so I don't know what's gonna happen if I don't read a book in December. I think I'm just gonna cross it out, and this is gonna be an automatic winner. But yeah, we have genres. I read mostly adult this year. I'm surprised by how many young adult books I read, and new adult. I haven't read a lot of middle grade books, only 7 this year. My most read genre was fantasy or romance. And yeah, this is also apocalyptic romance. So I didn't know how to track both of these, because some of these are subgenres that have been tracked as main genres, if that makes sense. So if we have sci-fi romance that is more romance than sci-fi, I'm gonna count it as romance. But it could be sci-fi, if that makes sense. So it just depends on the book. And then we have content planner. A lot of these I haven't done, and I don't think that I will. I'm so busy I can't even take a breath. Now we have book length. So for book length, I read books that are over 300 pages, but here are also books that are, I don't know, 390, almost 399, and they could have been counted as 400, but they aren't. So I made some changes in my 2023 reading journal. Let me just show you. So for my 2023 reading journal, instead of doing 300, 400, I made this one 350. I made this one 350 because that is basically, most of the books I read are over 350 pages. So this is how I'm going to track book length in 2023. Now let's talk about my publication year. This is very interesting. Most books I read were published in 2021 and 2022. Obviously, these are 2 years combined, but I never expected to read so many books from the recent years. I usually read from previous years, like 2010s to 2017. This is how many books I've had on my TBR because that's when I was mostly paying attention to books. And then in 2018, I stopped watching what was coming out and I stopped tracking new releases. But somehow I managed to read a lot of books that were recently released, and I'm really proud of that. And also I've started following new releases again, which I'm really proud of. Now we have buzzword challenge, and as you can see, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 12. But you know what, half a year, I'm proud of that. I don't think I will be able to complete it, obviously not, but I'm proud of at least doing half of these. And we have my January spread. I'm so proud of it. It looks so good. We have my to be read and the notes. This is The notes stuff here is for all the readathons. Then we have finished reading. I love this page so much. I love how the design came out. I love it. This is back when I had put some thought into my reading journal. You will see it gets progressively worse. Then we have my school and life goals. This is back when I was still in school, and these were all the goals that I needed to do. And I finished my chemistry final. Then book radar. I put some books on my radar, and a lot of them I don't pay attention to anymore, or just I don't pay attention to what's popular. I just pay attention to what's coming out, if that makes sense. And yeah, these were the stats that I stopped doing eventually. I love how this came out. I hate this sticker. I think it just made things worse, but I love this. Then we have, again, school goals and checklist. We have my TBR for the Witcher Along, my Sims Readathon, TBR, Polarathon, and Buzzword Challenge. I love how this page came out as well. It looks so cute. And then we have my finished reading. I messed this up so much. This bullet journal is so messy. I don't even wanna talk about it. We have my book radar. We have playlist of books that I was of songs that I was listening to, and I don't think I was okay, because on my playlist was King's Elliot, I'm Getting Tired of Me, and M. Byhold, Numb Little Bug. Stats, I guess. I stopped doing stats later. You will see. Then we have my calendar. We have school and life goals. I don't know how to decorate it. It looks rubbish. Then we have my TBR, my bookish TBR, Witcher Along, and Greek Godathon TBR. Also, I love that I did this dual thing, which one side is orange, one side is green. I think it looks really well. I really like that. We have my finished reading, and then we have my first quarter stats, which I don't really go back and look at. Then we have my spring TBR, and I used to be really big on seasonal TBRs, but I started running low on books, so I really, before I start doing more seasonal TBRs, I need to buy more books. Then we have my April life goals and my TBR page, ugly as F. And then we have my finished reading, which is fine if we don't. I made a mistake here and I needed to cover it up. Well, also one of my friends, I don't think, was it my best friend? I don't know. I think it was my best friend who bought me a necklace with an M as my name. So yeah. Now we have May, which was not desertathon, it was desertathon. This is my TBR, and this is my final book summer group. Oh, final book support group, TBR, which I didn't end up doing. Also, I was supposed to read the book for Witcher Along, and I didn't. Then we have finished reading. It was a very bad reading month. I hate this page. I love this page. We have my TBR. We have the Desertathon. My finished reading. If you're tired, learn to rest, not quit. Yeah. And then I tried to doing. I really should do more stuff like this and stuff like, I don't know, more designs that are actually designs and not just color sprinkled on the page. Also, this green transferred from the next month. Anyway, TBR, my finished reading. Instead of doing 2 whole pages, I combined these together because I didn't need 2 whole pages. I didn't join any readathons anyway. You have my August calendar, and this is the green that transferred to here. Vacation TBR, which many of them I've decided not to read, or I've skipped, or yeah. We have my finished reading, the receipts for books that I bought, and then we have my 75 hard reading challenge, which, yeah, as you can see, I failed a lot. We have my September TBR, we have Seasonathon Academy. This is my TBR from my video. We have basically written down prompts that I got from the video, and then I put in the books that I ended up reading. We have my book radar, book club pick, buzzword challenge, my calendar, and I had to write some things down, and then I pulled my tarot cards for the month. And this is my finished reading, 13 books. No, 15 books in total. And I hated drawing these, so I will never draw them again, ever. Then we have my October page, which again, I kind of did everything together. We have my TBR, we have my finished reading. Here you can see I started losing the love, and I started getting bored with my bullet journal, so I just kind of, I don't know, I combined things together and tried switching things up. We have book club pick, buzzword, and then finished reading. And then this is me and my dog. I just wanted to, yeah, I just missed him. This was the anniversary of his passing away. Or this is where he got sick, and then in November 2nd, he passed away. Then here we have my finished reading. This is my TBR that I didn't finish at all. And I just failed. I just read one book in November, and I hate this page so much. I loved it, but I didn't read enough for me to enjoy this month. And then in September, or in December, this is my birthday month, and it's also Christmas, and I am so uninspired, so I don't think that I will do anything for this month. And yet here we have some goals. Now these are embarrassing, but let me tell you, 80 books I read, 30,000 pages I read, finished 50% of my physical TBR I did. I unhauled like 80% of it. Finished at least 5 series I did. Stay out of drama, which I think I did. Be focused on genuine love of reading, which I think I managed to do, but yeah, I just kind of, I'm a little burnt out. Use booktube for escape, not pressure, which I think I have succeeded, and I finished school. Also, I should finish my driving exam, which I have my final exam on 27th of December, because I failed my first one, which was on 5th of December, so yeah. And this was just me swatching some of the colors, and even though the paper is thick, the markers are just too strong. And then I think I'm also going to do final stats of the year 2022. And yeah, this is my bullet journal. It's quite thick. It's not very pretty. It's gotten uglier through time. I should have just left it alone, but I didn't, so it's fine. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed, and I guess I will see you next time. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Thank you so much for 500 subscribers. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye!